Hey, welcome to Russ Can Fly. Russ, chill out, dude.
Oh my goodness, Russ can fly.
Okay, so you can see I'm back over at Wings. I always come here because this is my place where I get centered. And I know like these talking head videos kind of suck, but I definitely needed to take a pause, and I'll tell you why. So yes, I definitely wanted to fly today. Definitely am trying to get my training done. Hopefully Vanessa and I will be able to fly next week, and you'll be able to see us back in the cockpit. But it looks beautiful out here, but it is just so windy. And when it's windy like this, it's just not a great flight. I mean, I'm under the hood, I'm looking at the controls, and we're bumping around, and then it's just difficult. And yes, there will be times where that'll probably happen. And in fact, the next layer of that is not only will it be bumpy, but it will also be IMC in some instances. So yes, I will definitely have to work my way up to that. But one of the things that I'm doing now is I'm just trying to perfect my technique. And you can see that I'm beginning to dial some things in, especially on some of the ILS approaches and things like that. But there's definitely some things I need to do. Case in point, a few of you have noticed that a lot of times when I'm saying my tail sign 41 Charlie and I get an instruction from ATC, I'll say something like, okay, clear for landing 441 Charlie.
Number 1541 Charlie, contact Harrisburg approach 126.45.
2645 for 41 Charlie. And basically it sounds like I'm saying 4041, right? Because it's 441 Charlie. But what I'm saying is FOR 41 Charlie. But that's confusing. And so that is a bad habit that I need to break. So I definitely appreciate many of you who have pointed that out. It's definitely something that I have noticed for sure. So there's some things that you can see I need to make some corrections, but I am getting there. But the problem is now I'm beginning to put all this pressure on myself to get it done. And so that's why I just need to chill out, because now what's happening is I am putting so much pressure on myself to like hurry up and get it done. And every flight lesson, I'm putting so much pressure on myself to be perfect rather than just going through the steps, learning it bit by bit, and perfecting it bit by bit. Almost like when you're on an approach and you're making small adjustments as opposed to making these huge ones. That's what I need to figure out how to do, to just chill out and enjoy the process. And so one of the things that's happening is because I'm beginning to put all this pressure on myself, every time we don't fly, I'm getting annoyed. And look, it's not any instructor's, fault that the weather is what it is. That's just how that goes, right? And so, but everything is like annoying, and I get annoyed at the weather, and I get annoyed at the airplane, and I get annoyed at myself, and I get annoyed at everything. And so that's why I know it was time for me to just wait a minute, take a beat, take a pause. And I came back to Wings to remind myself where it all started and how far I've come. Lord has brought me a mighty, mighty long way since those first days of me doing discovery flights or coming up here and, doing my first flight lessons and botching landings and bouncing and taking off and all of that kind of stuff. And so I just had to remind myself, Russ, you are doing okay. You are making progress. Your aviation journey has been pretty darn awesome. And so, yes, this is difficult. Yes, this is taking some time. Yes, it's not going as fast as you may want it to go, but it's going exactly the way it should. And so that's why I came out here to remind myself, man, there used to be a time where I would come out here, I didn't even know how this place worked. I didn't even realize what I was supposed to do when I was going over in that building over there. I didn't even know what it meant to even have a flight instructor or do a pre-flight or any of those types of things. And I can remember coming out here not knowing really what I was looking at all, other than, okay, there's a windsock, but I don't know what that means and what those numbers means and what the markings mean and all of that kind of stuff. And so I just have to remind myself that, man, I have come a long way. And that includes in my instrument rating training as well. So that's what this is all about. And, you know, I thank you all for being patient with me and allowing me to have this therapy session with all of you, because I definitely needed it. I got to tell you, there was times where I was waking up at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning thinking about, you know, wait, the weather is not going to be, well, if I can't fly Friday, hopefully I can fly Saturday, you know, because what I don't want is I don't want my skills to deteriorate, and I want to continue to, you know, no, but wait, what did they say? Oh, now, what is the entry? Is it teardrop? Is it, I mean, my brain would just be on fire. So what you're seeing here is a woosah, just that chill out and relax. Take a minute. Smell the roses, slow down. You know, I've seen too many people that's the track that they're on, and that's fine. You know, to the next thing, you know, private, commercial, instrument, you know, and then, you know, 0 to hero and all that kind of stuff. This journey was never about that. This journey was always about the organic growth of this thing, you know, organic next steps, you know, things that would happen naturally. And so this whole instrument rating thing is an organic next step to my aviation journey. You know, certainly I don't want it to be like years in the making, and that's why I've committed to making this happen. And I do have a timeline issue that I do need to be mindful of, in that my written exam was passed in April of 2025, right? No, 2024. So you get 24 months for the results, or else they expire and you have to retake the exam. I don't want to do that. So, of course, I'm feeling some pressure to get it done before April of 2026, when my written will expire. But other than that, there's really no reason to be stressed out and to be so hyper focused to the point where everything else is suffering because I am so crazy about this instrument rating. So, like I said, I came out here, and it's always funny to think I'm at Wings, but I got an airplane over in Doylestown, and it's like that way, right? And I come out here, and now I look at this place from the perspective of an airplane owner, and I marvel at that. Like, I don't worry about the fact that I'm on this side of the fence anymore, because I do have access to the other side of the fence. And so it is truly amazing. And I just had to remind myself, Russ, just relax. It will happen. Just keep after it. Keep focused. Keep working with Vanessa. Keep studying the books. Keep, you know, staying on track, all of that kind of stuff. It will come together. And stop putting so much pressure on yourself. Remember, this is a spiritual journey. This is a labor of love. This is something that you are using to hopefully inspire others. If you're all tense and acting crazy and weird and fired up all the time, and you're, you know, not your best self, it's going to come out, and it's going to communicate something to all of you beautiful folks. And I'm not trying to be that person or do that. I'm trying to be in a place and in a space where folks feel that this is something that they can do, and it is a joyful thing to do. It is an empowering thing to do. It is an encouraging and uplifting thing to do. And it is an expensive thing to do. So anyway, I know I've rambled a little bit, but I really appreciate being able to just talk about this because, yes, I was getting myself tied up in knots because I just, I got to get this done. 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 And yes, I want to get this done, but it can happen in a way that is manageable and is part of the beautiful tapestry that is this aviation journey. So anyway, like I said, hopefully next week we'll be back in the cockpit. I know that I am feeling better about what I'm doing, at least with this instrument training. It doesn't suck. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was first doing these training sessions, I was just like, I am not into this. I am not feeling this whole instrument training. I don't know if I'm going to do this. And I definitely thought about quitting several times. But I definitely will encourage all of you who are private pilots who are thinking about getting your instrument rating to do it. And just know at the beginning, it is going to be crazily difficult, for sure. But if you keep at it, after a while, things do begin to click. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm executing, with the type of precision that I need to yet. But it definitely is getting to the point where it is starting to make sense and I'm able to execute pieces of it. I just got to put everything together and perfect what I'm able to do. So with that, that's it. I know these videos aren't as, fun or whatever, but every now and then I do like to take a pause. And sometimes I will say that when you're on a journey and you're moving and things don't seem to be going right or you're just troubled, go back to where things started. Where did it start for you? Where did that project first start? And then take the measure of where it started and where you are now, and you'll see how amazing you are in terms of the progress that you have made. And hopefully what that will do is that will show you that you have, done an awesome job. And even if the goal isn't reached just yet, you are well on your way. And so as I'm talking to somebody out there who is on the same track as me, I'm really talking to myself as well, because I really was just, I don't know, man, just kind of bothered and bogged down and just tense. Like, why am I not getting this? Why am I not getting this? Why am I not done with this yet? It's like, wait a minute, just relax, Russ, chill out. So that's it. Thank you for taking the time to watch. If you got through this video, I really thank you for taking the time to watch. And yes, I am going to continue at this and keep fighting. This journey is just so amazing. And the peaks and the valleys, both of them are just so necessary. And I am grateful for it all. I really am. So thank you all. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. And for those who watch and comment, I really appreciate you. So with that, Russ Kid, Russ Can Fly, I'm out. Peace.